Hey there, welcome back to my channel. I hope that you are doing well today. It is a little bit windy, so you know how that can affect connection at times. So my apologies if there's any stalling or anything like that. Got to blame it on the wind. But I am glad to be back. I hope that you are doing well. Thank you so much for being here. So welcome, welcome, welcome all. And as you can see by the title of this video, including the thumbnail itself, we are going to be talking about Miss Ashanti. As they've called her, R&B royalty herself. I thought that was kind of cute. But yeah, she actually had the esteemed pleasure, if I may say so myself, because I'm pretty sure that's how she felt, in the sense of just so excited to be able to do this. And that was to present a very prestigious award from the iHEART Radio and was it iHEART Radio Award show, and the award was a landmark award to Nelly. So in a nutshell, the award itself is one that basically is a situation where an individual has been able to make music that has been able to transcend time and has been influential in that process. And as we are now in the 25th year of Country Grammar, it seemed like a great time to award him this award. So congratulations to Nelly on that. And I just really enjoyed the whole conversation about the romance and the love story that is of them two. And I think it's fun to watch that. Of course, don't need to know all the odds and ends of everything about their relationship. It's not that much of anything I necessarily need, but I do enjoy when they do come out and just, playfully talk about the relationship. I think it's great to see positive relationships among couples. We don't see enough of it, in my opinion. So it's glad when someone decides that, hey, it might be a good idea to show the sweet side, as well as if we've got to watch all the other stuff. It's nice to see this too. So yeah, I'm so glad that you were here, and I wanted to kind of cover this sharing because I thought it was really sweet, and it was very reminiscent for me. Like if you've been here for a while, you may recall me sharing that I am a veteran, and I was actually in the military, Air Force, and Yahoo. So with that, my father also was in the military, and it was really interesting watching the dynamics there play out with Ashanti doing her presentation, because one of the early jobs that I had was actually award citation reading, and I did that for all different ceremonies, retirement ceremonies, award ceremonies, those types of things. And when it came down for my father to actually retire from the Air Force, because we actually had the pleasure of being able to be active duty at the same time, which was really nice. I actually presented his award as he was retiring out of service. And that's always been a beautiful memory that I have. And I know that it's something that made him extremely proud. So it's always nice to be able to have a family member or someone super close to you that is not only in, just in your life, and they're doing all the wonderful things with you and for you, but to also be in the same business and same arena as you and presenting you with awards and, conversation and that relatability in that type of space. So I definitely, it made me think a lot about that for me personally. And I just thought it was really a beautiful thing. So I wanted to cover the story. Now there's a lot obviously going out around on social media in regards to the iHeart Awards, because it seemed like it was a really fun award show. And there was a lot of talent there, obviously, and a lot of great awards being given out. Mariah Carey got a big award. And I think I'm going to talk about that in another video. So we'll get into that a little bit later, and some of the hoopla surrounding that as well. And I think Lady Gaga got a big award too. So it seemed like a really fun night, and it's definitely one that we needed. And I just hope that you guys are doing okay in this chaotic world that we're living in this time. And, it gave some levity, and I appreciated it personally. So so that was that. So let's go ahead and get into this sharing. And let's see, where is this one coming from? It is coming from people. Yes, we love people. All right. So according to People and everywhere else, it says Ashanti presents her husband and soulmate Nelly with landmark award at the 2025 iHeart Radio Music Awards. Now, the hot and hair rapper also performed at the show, marking the kickoff for his new tour. Now, I actually did watch the show. Did you? Is this something that you're normally interested in? To be honest with you, I used to watch a lot of award shows many years ago, but obviously lots of things have changed, and so they're not so interesting to me anymore. So it's very rare that I kind of peek in and out to one. And I normally do not remember when the iHeartRadio shows come out. Or the award shows come out until it's after the fact. So I actually happened to catch this one the day of, to know that it was coming on that evening. So I got to see all of this live for myself. And so it was just extra sweet to be able to see that in person as well. And of course, there's plenty of video clips around if you haven't gotten a chance. And I do believe the whole entire award show is actually on YouTube too, if you are interested and didn't have an opportunity to see it. And like I said, it was a lot of great performances and other awards as well too. But yeah, let's go ahead and continue on. So now the Hot in Here rapper also performed the show, which we just shared. And Nelly is kicking off his new tour, in case you may not have known, in the best way possible by taking home a special award at the 2025 iHeart Radio Music Awards. Now the Hot in Here rapper 50 received the landmark award at this year's show, which honors artists whose album releases have inspired and shaped culture over multiple decades, per a press release. Now introduced by his wife Ashanti, she joked that he didn't know she was walking on stage for the awards introduction. He thought, I just went to the bathroom, she said. Now, back in the day, when people thought about rap, they thought about the East and the West Coast. But in 2000, a rapper emerged out of St. Louis who would change the game forever and put the Midwest on the map. That rapper was Nelly, she began. Now, this year marks the 25th anniversary of his groundbreaking album, Country Grammar. It topped the chart for 6 consecutive weeks and became one of the best-selling hip-hop records of all time and sold over 10 million albums units. Now, Ashanti 44 said that Nelly created a movement, shaped a culture, and made history doing it. She says, I'm so proud to honor Country Grammar and the talented guy who made it. She says, my soulmate, my husband, Nelly, with the iHeart Radio Landmark Award. Nelly then took the stage to perform a medley that included Country Grammar, Ride With Me, EI, and Hot in Here. And Ashanti then handed him his iHeartRadio trophy, and Nelly replied, wow, and appeared to begin speaking as the show cut to commercial. Now, Nelly has sold over 20 million albums over his career, which began with his debut solo album, Country Grammar, in 2000. His most recent album, Heartland, had came out in 2021. His upcoming tour will see him play 50 shows across 4 continents in celebration of Country Grammar's 25th anniversary. His performance at the iHeartRadio Music Awards, which are hosted or were hosted by LL Cool J, which I do believe he did a really good job, comes alongside sets from Billie Eilish, Bad Bunny, Glorilla, Gracie Abrams, Kenny Chesney, and Money Long. Now, other stars being honored include Taylor Swift for Tour of the Century, Mariah Carey, who will receive the Icon Award, and Lady Gaga, who took home the Innovator Award, and Abrams, winner of the Breakthrough Artist of the Year prize. Now, Swift and Morgan Wallen led the nominations with 10 apiece, and Kendrick Lamar, Post Malone, and Sabrina Carpenter trailed them with 9 nominations each. So big year, big award season for these artists in particular. Now, the iHeartRadio Music Awards celebrates musicians and songs that are the most played on radio stations throughout the past year. The award show also gives fans a glimpse at what to expect the most popular music will be in 2025. So this will be interesting to see if that does come out to play. Now, the 2025 iHeartRadio Music Awards aired live from the Dolby Theater in Los Angeles this past March, St. Patty's Day, March 17th, on Fox, and fans also were able to tune in to live iHeartRadio stations nationwide and on the iHeartRadio app. And not to mention, they also did the the red carpet entrance where you got to, see stars coming in, presenters coming in, all of that good stuff. Got a lot of great interview coverage there with that. It was a lot of fun, very light and just, entertaining, definitely. And we got to see a lot of individuals across all spectrums in regards to the music world, and I love that. It's such an inclusive type of setting, and well, at least that you hope that it is, right? And it should be, because music is a part of the fabric for everybody, and it doesn't matter from which and what genre. Whatever you choose, whatever you like is whatever you choose, and whatever you like. So it's nice to see that bevy of stuff. Now, I never actually saw Billie Eilish actually perform before. This is the first time that I've actually seen her perform, and when I listened listened to the performance, saw the performance, I was like, yeah, I get it. I mean, I like her. I mean, she's all right. So, I was kind of like that with Lady Gaga too. At first I didn't really, see the hype as much in the beginning because I really didn't tune in too much. And then I saw her in an interview and I said, I get it. I get it. I get why she's so beloved. And, she did a great speech, a great acceptance speech as well. Very moving and just so appreciative of all the work that she has also done. So yeah, and Mariah Carey, well, we'll just get into that one later. But she did her Mariah Carey as well in style. So, it was a lot of fun. It was great. And I think a lot of people went home pretty happy. And, going back to Nelly's award, and typically, yeah, if you do get your award, you get a chance to, say a few words. But I kind of think they're probably pressed for time as well, because I think it was only like a 2-hour span. And it was such a nice opening, a nice presentation that Ashanti did. And then, of course, he gets to do that performance, and then she gets to come out, and everything is pretty much a moment for them. So that moments, take time. So I think that he did really well as far as kind of ushering himself off with the rest of the dancers that he had performing with him. And I think that was so great. But every moment about that just was so beautiful. And I think how just proud he must have been to have his wife be able to come and present him with such an award. And even more so, the award is just as prestigious and as wonderful as it is, but to have your family member or someone that really cares so deeply for you in that way to be the one to present it, I think is just great. So yeah, but he did also, if you caught some of the videos and stuff that are going around on social media, in particular Instagram, you'll see and probably catch up on, definitely follow the fan pages and you'll be able to catch all of that for sure. But you'll be able to see where he did get to speak a little bit about, what that award meant to him. So he did get an opportunity to do that. But we did see a lot of Nelly and Ashanti for that night because obviously, they're a draw. So even when they're coming on, and one of the individuals that was doing the interviews, and I can't think of his name, but he's the one in the green suit, and I really liked his interview style. I really enjoyed him. I love the fact that he gives his flowers. I think that was so good. And he was interviewing LL Cool J, the legend himself. And, the two, Ashanti and Nelly, come up as well, and he just did such a wonderful job parlaying and including them and still giving LL Cool J the due respect and reverence that he deserved in that moment. And it was just a wonderful thing. I think he did such a great job with that. And because you never know how that's going to go, especially after the hoopla that we saw, and really honestly sheer ridiculousness that we saw that happened with Babyface. But we digress at this moment because I think a lot of coverage was put to that, and so it should have been. There's a way to do things. And I think the gentleman, and I wish I knew his name, I think he did a really wonderful job. And this is what happens when you have people doing professional things, right? Doing it professionally. This is how it goes. It usually works out better. So yeah, it was such a fun time to really see just everybody getting out and dressing into the nines and, just doing their thing and entertaining in such a tumultuous time that we are in, but keeping together, keeping the spirits high. And I think that's always a great thing. So with that being said, I think that'll about do it for this video. If you did tune into iHeartRadio Awards, I keep wanting to call it the radio part because that's what I'm used to saying, but the iHeart Music Awards, definitely drop that down in the comment section. I would definitely love to know if you're watching any of the award shows, and maybe you're not, but if you are and you enjoyed it, great, drop it down. If there's anyone particular that you enjoyed as far as their performance or their, the awards presentations themselves, definitely drop them down below. It doesn't have to be just for Nelly and Ashanti. So yeah, but thank you so much again for being here. I do truly appreciate you taking the time. And of course, make sure you keep your all bell notifications on. Ooh, that about ran all together. Because I will be dropping I think we'll say a couple more videos for today. And so definitely do that. And yeah, also too, if you're new here and you haven't had an opportunity to hit that subscribe button, I would love for you to do so and be part of the family. Yeah, be part of the community here. I would so appreciate it. And so I think with that, I'm going to bid you adieu. So you stay safe and be blessed. And until next time, bye.